protecting that. Wait a minute. This is not supposed to be. Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be live, not an image. And I just wanted to share very quickly plant. Sure. You have. Oh my god. Okay, so here you have no, I don't watch on YouTube. And this is a different type of seed sprout. They're obviously growing fungi, but wow, can't believe it's not showing up with these. Maybe because I didn't water these silly plants. Seed plastic. Okay, so a lot of people already know the concept of like this type of stuff here with a seed inside of a bag or inside of a bucket with a with some type of lid over it to prevent the moisture from escaping. Um, and I can't see an illustration besides this, but people usually well, for school there's a school project for plant growth in a container, and it's still can't believe it's not showing up. What do they do to this stuff? Someone just hijacked it. Plastic container with saran wrap. Wow. Anyways, I don't see what I was what I wanted to reference. So I have no other choice but to keep searching. And nope, nope, something like this. Anyways, you guys probably done it already. Where there's soil in a cup container, and then there's the saran wrap. Spray some water in there, and then a few days later, you see the plant grow. So, anyways, I did all this just to illustrate the planner idea on YouTube that I posted. The only way that it will work, I think Let me just look for a planter. So here we have a bunch of planters, but to select one for me to actually draw on, I'm going to use this one. So remember the whole idea behind this was, and you guys go look it up on my YouTube channel and just, I don't know, just search for it. And there's a planter somewhere, a planter idea that I basically posted up there or on YouTube here. And yeah, like I was thinking the only way it could work, because it was a separate it was like a container like this, and basically you would fill it with water. So all this will be water in here, but in reality it will be in here, and then it will go all the way, down. So there'll be a bunch of water in there, a bunch of water. And I was thinking the only way this will work is if I think I could go back here. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, now the only way this will work is if when the, say it, let's use orange. Say the top part is like this. The water is down there. Oh my god, it messed it all up. I wasn't trying to do a perfect, I wasn't trying to do like a perfect line there. I wanted to freehand. But then it would have to have a ledge. So the water could go up and then fall into the soil. And then that water will seep into the soil, watering this planter area. But then remember, this was supposed to be all the way around the exterior of the planter, although it can be housed within, and it could be housed within. It doesn't really matter. This whole bottom thing could be water, like a water reservoir, and this thing could come up like that. It could come up where it's only visible like right here. Then it could drop the water here. But remember, it can't be exposed. It can't be like an open container with water. It can't be like a cup with water. It can't, because the the gas, the fog will eventually will just go out to the atmosphere. When in reality, you want that water to go back into your soil, and this is actually a good way to water your plants again, because if you have like dirty, polluted water, if you have dirty, polluted water, it doesn't matter. It won't. This idea will not. It will not damage your plants, your vegetation, your crops, because once it goes through, once it gets, you could have that dirty cup like water distillation outside. The water is placed inside the container, and then once the water goes up in gas form, the minerals of that dirty water will stay in the bottom of your container, and therefore the distilled water will come up and then water your plants. Now that's the only way that I could see this working, and I honestly don't have a like an example or other way to explain it other than this for you guys to understand what I'm referring to, what I'm talking about. Now the other thing that came to my mind was it excuse me. Excuse me. The other thing that came to my mind was the other thing that came to my mind was or is oh yeah, if the planter itself is, if it's tiny, if it's really tiny, like small like this one, then you have water all around it, and then it's really really hot, like say it's 100 degrees outside or even 90. When that water goes up and then over and into the soil, it might mess with the root system and like shock your plant. So maybe see, so tests would have to be performed for these type of planters. But I was thinking, the bigger it is, the bigger the area it is, the bigger the area it is, then that water will have enough time to it will have more space to go into the soil and mix in the soil without really causing problems. Now, if you have like a farm, then with things, I think the best way for something like this would be to put the container underground with something for the sun to heat up that container, and then the water in the tank will basically come out and water a certain amount of a radius of your crops. And basically, it's like a polka dots, like a graph, like a polka dot graph, like this. Because now you're gonna have these scattered like plants. You know, plants are usually scattered or are in this uniform type of um, like path or design or whatever. So if you have a bunch of these where you can store the water, so this one alone will cover this whole area. This one will cover this area, and you have so many of them that it'll cover a certain area. And once you figure out that area, then you'll know what will cover what. And then, yeah, I think this is more for a big scale, for a commercial. And, you know, I guess the tank itself can actually be out if you wanted to. Like, imagine like a big tank like this, something like this, you know, where it's out on your in your garden, then out here you have the little things for the water to come out. That's another way you could do it, or to distill the water, to clean it, and then thought about ways where maybe the solar panels can open that reservoir or container and collect some of the rainwater. So when it opens, it will open up like a flower. So you will have more area for it will have more area for the rain to catch. It will have more area for the rain to be caught into that, because you know it could be a circle, but the top will open up. Then you have more time to catch some of the water there, or the thing will have more surface area to catch the water and filter it into the system.
God.
Um, Even this, like